And we're live. Hey, how is
Hey,
everybody?
Hey,
Welcome. This is the They Talk Funny check-in show. The check-in show is kind of what we're calling it. How is everybody? This has been week infinity minus three of lockdown and curfews and
it
all
only
that.
seems that way.
yeah, exactly.
Actually, it feels
Although it
like
really
infinity
is, though.
plus three.
Yeah, yes, to infinity and beyond.
Exactly.
Welcome, the viewers. Just drop us a line. Let us know where you're watching from. Maybe what you're drinking. We're just it's a little early in the morning, so I've got tea in this.
Yeah.
Not that I'm using the gin that has tea in it. I just have tea in it. And though don't judge because it's after it's 2 p.m. I could be drinking gin if I want it. It's just
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen,
After lunch, it's still considered day drinking, but it's respectable day drinking.
absolutely. You know what? You know what? I was just gonna mention this. I'm like, you know what? Listen, we're all going through a tough time.
Yeah.
Once in a while, some alcohol could give us the boost. Yeah.
Oh, I certainly have not eschewed alcohol at all.
Yeah.
I've not, gone dry February, dry anything. I'm not. I'm
first
not a
off,
heavy drinker.
don't know. Just I this is one thing. All right,
Okay.
dry February, like dry January or dryuary, I
Hey,
think is what they call it.
dryuary. Yeah.
That okay, that's fine. But the people who do it February, first off, you're choosing the shortest month, and
Yeah.
like how disrespectful do you want to be to Black History Month? Like that you'll decide to do something else or
You'll
rebrand the
piggyback
month
on it. Yeah.
or rebrand it like fuck you. This is Black History Month. Like,
I don't.
and
I
I've
don't.
just realized that we are three of the whitest men.
Yeah. Well, well,
And it's
well,
snowing.
well. For the record, I don't. I don't drink often, so I'm like, I don't know what like January, like that we were just saying about the dry month.
Dryuary.
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't know because I don't drink that often.
I'm not a heavy drinker either, but I have not cut out alcohol. Like every once in a while, a glass of wine, a little
Yeah.
shot of this, little shot of that. I mean, I raised a shot to my my late
Mhm.
friend there who
Yeah.
passed away this week. So you know,
All right, let's jump into that. I just was going to mention I don't drink that much, but my good friend the Love Doctor with whom I share a liver does, and that's a little bit regretful.
oh,
Um,
alter egos, they can be such a pain.
How's the Love Doctor, by the way? I see him. I see him when I see the Love Doctor go live, but I don't like. How is he?
he goes live every Wednesday, and
Yeah.
this Wednesday he's going to be live with Kaya Coco and Butterscotch
Nice.
Blondie
Nice.
at 9 p.m.
Nice.
Wednesday night, and
Nice.
You always seem to have the tastiest guests on that show.
The Love Doctor seems to have the tastiest guests because
well,
Paul
I'm the
is
producer. I'm the producer of the show.
exactly,
So.
exactly. But but Paul's like, you know what, Love Doctor, whatever makes you happy, and he makes a Love Doctor happy, right, Paul?
Yeah, just basically because like I'm an agent who's taken 25%. So
I thought it was 30 because Love Doctor told me that
Mm.
that Paul Ash takes 30% of my cut.
Oh my.
he's always complaining. He's always
Yeah,
Goddamn Love Doctor.
but
but he
yeah,
gets a lot
so
of love.
the Love Doctor actually Saturday night. He had me doing the technical side of it, but he
Mhm.
co-hosted "Be Your Own Valentine" with Winona J. Fox. It was a private show. Wow, we're getting into this way early. So it was a private YouTube channel live event. The only people who could watch it were people who had the link from the Eventbrite tickets.
Wow.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
the only way. So tickets were sold in advance. Part of it was raising money. It was presented by Amplify, which is the burlesque scholarship fund for Black, Indigenous people of color. So
Awesome.
BIPOC and scholarship fund, and we did everything right. And then we went a little long, but I mean, we didn't tell anyone exactly how long. We had our kind of pacing down, and it stretched a little. So we were aiming at 2:15, and we were at 2:25 when YouTube shut us down.
Oh.
They
Okay.
broke into the feed and cut it.
Oh.
And they said it was for nudity and sexual content, which we didn't have.
Okay.
So I did send an appeal because I got a strike against the Love Doctor got a strike against his channel,
Okay.
but I went and I appealed, and I knew the rules about anything adult content, the stream was restricted to people over 18. It was all set up properly, and so they reversed the decision. Unfortunately,
Good.
the last 5 to 6 minutes that we had left to air didn't get aired. So the people watching it, all of a sudden they saw that we were about to do a draw, because we were doing a draw for prizes, and they didn't get to see that draw, as we just got cut off, and they were told that they were not getting to watch it because of nudity and sexual content. We had burlesque performances as part of the show, but again, there was no nudity. It's a more respected art form in Canada than stand-up comedy is.
Yeah.
And like legally. And so like when I appealed, they came back and they said, great, cool. And they returned the video to me and the views to me, and I made sure that it was private, so now no one can see it, just so there is access to it for the artists involved and for the producer. And then and the artists involved were using music, but they're responsible to making sure that their music is that they have the permission to use it. And now I've been told that one of the there's a copyright claim against the music, which, even though I have this as a private video that no one can watch it without my direct permission, now I'm told that that record company has access to it and can repurpose it. So I have to delete the video, which means I'm deleting the views and all the comments.
Oh,
Yeah,
which
it's,
was there was that show generated 120 over 120 watch hours
wow.
for the channel, which is so important. By the way, talking about such important stuff, hit the like button right now. Go ahead, hit that like button. Please say hi. Let us know that you're watching too, because I can see that you're there, and people are hitting the love button. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. But as we try to grow the channel, we need people to hit that like button. We need people to comment. And
Yeah, come on,
if you
people.
like the content, please hit subscribe. So that's something that's happened for me this week. So that's just a couple days ago. It was just yesterday I found out about the copyright claim, and I'm talking with the producer. We have saved, thanks to StreamYard, because StreamYard is how we do it. I do have a copy of the video unfiltered. So what was sent out before it even went to YouTube, so we still have that. It's just a shame to be able to be losing all those hours and all those comments that are directly on the channel.
Yeah, no, YouTube is becoming,
it's their business.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, I do understand when they say that they want to err on the side of caution, because they're not Pornhub. They don't want people
Exactly.
streaming sex. But the thing is, a computer algorithm might see, like, I've got a big head. I have a big head on screen right now. So that's a lot of flesh tone. So the computer algorithm might go, oh, is that nudity? And cut us at any moment.
Yeah.
So
I have a naked upper lip.
There's two of those that are there.
Actually, yeah.
Claudio's doing a little fan dance with his mic
cover
screen.
Actually, I had a YouTube warning disclaimer the first time. So for the podcast, because originally the Dirty 4 idea was conceived on my YouTube page, Claudio Capri Entertainment. So then we created a YouTube page for just the Dirty 4 itself. So we've been recording 4 or 5 episodes, but then as we're getting ready to do episode 6, YouTube sends us a nice email saying that 34 have been taking from Claudio Capri Entertainment's videos, that 34 stole it from. But I sent them an email replying, listen, these are my episodes. Like, these are, like, 34 is part of my episodes. So I'm putting them from Claudio Capri to 34. And then took us like a week or two, and then finally we got this email. Like, YouTube didn't even say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Just like, "Okay, well, here are your episodes and here are your views." So then, because I got really pissed because the first episode was a test. We did like 3 hours. I'm like, I as long as we get that 3 hour mark that we tested on back, that's all I want. So then we got our videos back, and then from there, that's how we're slowly growing the page. But I mean, but it was just hilarious because I'm like, yeah, but wait, I'm part of the Dirty Four, like Claudio Capri team. Why?
You know what? This is one of the stories. I am still prepping the backstage, and there is a project that I do want to get started before the end of the month, called "I Do YouTube Wrong," and just basically like tips and learning, and have a panel, a rotating panel of guests come in so we can discuss how we work YouTube, how we can try to be better, how do we get more views and more subscribers, and also how to put out better quality streams. And this is not a paid thing, but I know Dirty Four does this as well, but StreamYard has made it so easy. They got their 3 pillars. Do you know the 3 pillars, Claudio? 3 pillars of StreamYard?
You know what? I know them. Paul, refresh people's memory.
This is test time. Test time. Yeah. Since Claudio knows them, I should say it. It's obvious. It's professional looking streams, ease of use, and what's the third one, Claudio?
Come on, Claudio, you got this.
Running time? No? Okay. No, I give up. I give up.
They are ease of use, stability, and professional looking streams.
There we go.
So stability, and they do make it very easy. We're able to do all kinds of wonderful things, and we do. I can put up like little tickers along the bottom, such as if you want to support this or find out about the other shows that I produce. They're all available there in the link tree. We can check that out below. I started a new show, which is going to be monthly, just last Friday, called 2 Guys, 8 Eyes. So it's me and another guy who wears glasses, and he's a very good actor friend by the name of Lenny Yotso. And we're probably going to be interviewing other actors as well. So those who are interested in the entertainment industry, that is one thing to look forward to.
I haven't seen Lenny in almost a year.
You didn't get an invite to his birthday party? He had a Zoom birthday party. So,
honestly, it's on my end because I got a lot of invitations. I was just swamped to everything, but last time, I saw Lenny in person when we were working on film Night Shift.
Yeah,
and so that was and then in person. Then we're chatting because when Night Shift was premiering, we're chatting here and there. But man, it's been what a small world as well, is what I'm trying to say as well. Yeah.
Well, yeah, at his birthday party, one of the guys that was there was the guy that directed like Madonna's first music video.
Yeah.
It was just the amount of people that Lenny knows is quite amazing. So when that show's happening, we're obviously going to be having some good and interesting guests, and of course being interactive with the audience, such as we're trying to be here. We've asked for comments. You guys can give us some comments or ask some questions. Now, Mike, you mentioned that this was a rough week for you, and that's one of the things about doing this check-in, is that we want to share with each other what's happening.
Well, it's actually in terms of the general feeling that's been happening during the pandemic. This has been a particularly bad week for for me. I found out one of my one of the people that sort of basically convinced me to join the Canadian Ski Patrol, and was an instructor and a very good a friend, and also a fabulous one of the finest patrollers I've ever met, passed away from prostate cancer this week. And so it wasn't COVID, but it was during the pandemic. It makes, this guy was so well respected and loved in both the ski patrol. He was also an avid sailor, and he was affiliated with the Point Claire Yacht Club. And it's going to probably take at least a year before there's a memorial service for him, because you just can't get many people together. And he'd have like hundreds of people show up for him for sure. And
there's another thing there to take note of. A lot of people are avoiding hospitals or not, taking care because they're afraid to go near hospitals because of COVID and whatnot.
Yeah.
But please, take care of your health.
Yes, exactly.
Don't ignore the warning signs. I know that I've been far more sedimentary than I would like.
Everybody's packing on the pandemic pounds.
The
COVID kilos.
But it's also losing flexibility, losing muscle mass.
I had to go. I had a doctor's appointment, and it was and the office was in the hospital, and I had to go 2 weeks ago. I'm fine. I just going there. I was scared, and I'm like, but in the end, it was just me being paranoid. But Mike, I mean, if you want to continue, sorry to cut you off.
No,
Mike.
it's okay. I mean, you were wise to actually go to the hospital and get checked out, because it's far better to go there. It turns out to be nothing, then it be something and you don't go. That's where things just go very sideways very quickly.
And I was gonna say because as you and many other people, you both know many other, I have anxiety, right? And one of the things I did not know about this, but anxiety is a very powerful weapon, as opposed meaning that it makes you do this crazy stuff, like obviously I'm not talking about I don't have any thoughts of suicide, which thank God I don't. I mean, I don't have it, but because when I'm stressed, and I would always go to the bathroom, right? So the thing is, your anxiety for me, for anxiety, it's because when I'm stressed, I would always be okay, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom, right, just to get away from people. But I would actually go to the bathroom. So every an hour and a half, like the doctor was telling me, he goes, "No, don't worry, you don't have you don't have diabetes or anything. It's just your mind's telling you, oh, look, I have to go to the bathroom. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom." And that's what, honestly, ever since I went to go visit the doctor, I'm like, every an hour and a half to 2 hours, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. As soon as I have anxiety, I'm, oh, guys, I'll be right back. It's just, man, I just can't describe how annoying it is.
Well, anxiety is very good for distorting your perception.
Yeah.
It causes you to focus on things you would not normally focus on, because it flares up, and then all of a sudden you are in a situation where it's like, oh my God, is there something wrong? Is this normal? Am I having some sort of medical emergency that I'm suddenly come along and I'm not really paying attention to it? So yeah, I can understand that. The anxiety is really it also has a tendency, I think. I've read that anxiety can actually lower your resistance to certain conditions. It will amplify certain. It will amplify your body's response to things.
Mm-hmm.
It does start pumping in adrenaline, and adrenaline is something else that your body can. It's another drug that your body can build a resistance to. It's weird that you can build a resistance to your own adrenaline, but anxiety, it's an evolutionary trait which kept human beings alive in dangerous times.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And now how we define danger, how we perceive danger, has greatly changed, because we have these houses. We don't have to worry about a bear wandering through. We don't have to, we live. I'm knocking on wood here. We live in a country that doesn't have a shooting war where where
Kind of what-
being able to hear and be able to hide are
Right.
as necessary as they are in some parts of the world. So we are truly kind of blessed that way, but we still have this response,
Yeah.
uh,
It's hardwired
biochemical
into our
response
being.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the other things that do stress us,
Yeah.
and learning how to deal and how to cope with this is important. For some people, meditation helps.
Yeah.
Other people need to be medicated. It's
For me,
Well,
I mean,
it's at its very base. It
mm,
is the instinct,
some of us drink
the
tea.
yeah, it's the old brain, the old
Yeah.
evolutionary response of fight or flight, which is self-preservation. So it triggers that, and depending on the situation, you will have an exaggerated reaction, or you will have, like it can in some instances it'll cause you to freeze up.
mm-hmm,
It will cause you to just become like paralyzed with fear.
mm-hmm.
So it's a part of our human nature. It's not as well as understood as it should be, but you have to deal with it when it crops up. And sometimes most people have a fairly good idea of what's going on, but some people are more subject to it, and they just they become overwhelmed.
Yeah. So, Mike, that wasn't all that happened to you this week.
No. Like I said, this week was rather unfortunate, and particularly bad on the tragic side of things. Um, a longtime family friend from when I was living in Sorel with my parents back in my late 20s, a neighbor, in fact, passed away of COVID, and he's the first person I've ever known personally that's died from COVID. I mean, I've known of people who peripherally, like people. Oh, this guy over here, I know. Oh yeah, I know him, but he's not like he wasn't a friend, he wasn't an acquaintance, he wasn't a family member. This guy here was like he was our next door neighbor. We were good friends with my parents were very good friends with he and his wife, and now he's passed away from COVID, and it's like, okay, that's like, it's a little bit
Closer now, a little more real.
closer. It's a little bit, well, not more real, because it's always been real to me. I've always
Mm-hmm.
considered this to be like, yeah, this we got to deal with this. We got to deal with this. This is serious shit. But it's when you get that sort of like ding in the armor,
Mm-hmm.
like that, like it's you don't get like, it's not like a spear just pierced you, but you get that sort of like ding. Oh yeah, oh
Wake up
yeah,
call
this is
reminder.
I wake up, yeah, a sort of like, pay attention now, pay attention, this is real. So yeah, it was really like, it was very I all week I was like feeling like and things I've been watching on television don't help much either. Yesterday, I watched a PBS special on the role of China in the beginning of the pandemic, and holy shit, I was like blown away. It was like they really, 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 really let the entire population of the planet down massively. These people did some horrible things at the beginning, covered things up. Just, it's like they didn't cause it, but they caused it to become what it is now, by not being forthcoming, by hiding stuff. And I find that, when all of this, when all the dust has settled, yeah, the international community has got to take China aside and go, listen, you bunch of jerks, you got to be a little bit more group minded here.
Yeah, well, I mean, China, their style of communism is not. They are sort of group minded, but they view the population as a lot of their policies. They will view a segment of their population as
Mm-hmm.
expendable.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that's one thing. It's just, I mean, it just came out that Governor Como was lying about figures, underselling
Yeah,
the
I
deaths
was not
in
I was not pleased at all to hear that.
no, and considering and his reasoning was that he was afraid that Trump would use that information against him. But still, I mean, that meant the
Cuomo.
right people couldn't use that information to help.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Good old
so much
Cuomo.
that's
I,
now. There's what is there? There's the variations of the virus.
There's now 4.
I thought there was 4 new ones in the States alone.
Oh, that's possible.
Because I mean there's the UK, and then there's the
South African.
South African, and
Yeah.
but there's also the Brazilian
one, yeah, and the original one from China.
Yeah, and now there's been new variations have been now that the U.S. is actually, they got the right people in place.
Yeah.
They're going, oh wow, look at these. They've got these variations that have come up, and now they're trying to get the tracking done for it because they're behind. So many people were not respecting social distancing. So many people were not wearing masks. That it just gave so many new instances for this virus that it gave it so many more chances to mutate, and now we gotta see what's if any of those are resistant to some of the virus to the vaccines, and it could possibly delay.
Well, the vaccines are going to turn out to be definitely not a solution to this problem. They're going to be a form of attenuation of the situation, because the most of the vaccines right now, they are seeing, even the ones that are very, very effective, they're seeing that they have more of the effect is not one of you won't get the coronavirus. It's more like you will get it, but it will be so much less. It's sort of like the flu vaccines that we have presently. Yeah. Flu vaccines don't guarantee that you won't get the flu. They just make it so much less severe than if you just had no vaccine and you were just exposed to the flu virus.
Exactly.
And the variations thereof are, it slows the immune response, because they'll go, well, it looks like this COVID thing that we got a weak form of as a vaccine earlier, but it's slightly different. Do we treat it the same? And the body has to adapt to try.
Exactly. Because I also have a friend of mine. He works at a hospital, and he got the vaccine. But the side effects, he told me it was crazy. He had a fever, and then he was saying, like, a lot of people believe that this is a miracle work. It is not a miracle work. It's just when you get COVID, I mean, Mike, as you just mentioned, right? Like, when you get the flu, it's not going to hit you as hard as anyone else who does not take the flu shot. So a lot of people are like, oh yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, but look, I'm not saying I'm against the vaccine. I like, if anything, I want everyone to get the vaccine so we can live our normal lives. That's it. But is it going to prevent us from getting COVID? Hopefully, like, we do not get COVID. I'm just saying, like, okay, so just give me the shot so we can go back to normal. And if we get COVID, knock on wood, which we don't get, we gotta be careful as possible, but it's not really a miracle.
And it's not a miracle cure. And the people who have been vaccinated, one of the things that I think is not gaining enough traction in the media is that you get your 2 doses of vaccine. Hey, you're golden. You can still be contagious. You can still spread it despite the fact that you've been vaccinated. So keep wearing the damn mask. Keep distancing. Keep washing your hands. This is not, it's not like, oh, we got the vaccine. Well, that's it.
Exactly.
Game over. Everything back to normal. No, there's still measures that you have to take, and there's still we still have to maintain that vigilance.
Yeah, no, like, I'm for it. As I mentioned, I am not against the vaccine, but even when, let's say, when everything opens back, like, we return to society, but everyone must understand that we're wearing a mask and sanitizing our hands, that is still a precautions. Like, as I mentioned, like, I really want to go back to work. I'm willing to wear the mask and I'm willing to obviously respect social distancing, but this is the new normal for the next few years.
I think it's going to change our outlook on anything
Yes.
that is, and they're saying, I mean, I've heard a lot of epidemiologists
Mm-hmm.
that say that this is a very serious pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just the first one.
Hmm.
And it's like, like you're going, holy shit. They say, we have to be prepared. We were unprepared for this one. We should have been prepared. There was a lot of people who had done a lot of work to prepare us for this. Some of that got thrown out of the window by somebody we won't even mention right now, but and we should have been better prepared. There's things that could have been put into place, programs that were in place that got trashed, that led us to being woefully unprepared. The next one, if we're not prepared for the next one, we will be the ones who really fucked up bad. We will be the ones who just like dropped the ball so badly, because this is really a really first class warning. This is like red flags all over the place, like flares and everything. So if we don't pay attention to this, we're doomed to repeat it.
So I want to ask the question, like when I go out right now, I double mask just
Yes.
since the thing has come out. I've got like my N95 and then my cloth mask over it. Who here is doing that?
I'm doing that.
You're doing that?
Yeah,
I'm doing.
I'm double masking.
Are you doing it when you're just outside?
I do it whenever I go into a place where I'm going to be in contact with people, I double mask. When I go to see my mother-in-law to drop off her supplies, her groceries, because we're a lifeline, I double mask. It's just when they first came out with that, saying, if you use just a surgical mask underneath a cloth mask, more layers is better. More is better. I mean, obviously you can't use so many layers that you can't breathe, but because that would be like kind of productive.
Okay, yeah, I saw a doctor giving an example to counter those people who say, "Oh, I can't breathe," how they wear 10 masks for surgery.
Yeah.
So no, you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
You having that one little piece of cloth over your face.
No.
Unless you're using the only reason you're not breathing is because a cop has their knee on the back of your neck. All right?
Or you got a garbage bag over your head, and that's really not the mask you want.
Yeah,
which could explain the loss of brain cells.
I double mask like when I go to grocery stores, but then like when I'm out of there and I know there's no one around me, and then I'll be like, I'm by myself, I'm good. And actually, this past weekend, I had to go with one of my friends because I had to go get new boots because my boots broke, and it was just at the shopping center. Everybody was just like huddled together, and I'm like, what?
I know. I really feel it's a sad commentary on the misunderstanding or the misinterpretation of the information that's being put out with regards to taking care and precautions, that people just don't seem to take these things seriously, or they don't it's like
we have the lockdown. People get upset, right? And so they release some of the restrictions of the lockdown, and people go, "Oh, okay, then there's nothing to worry about." Which
exactly
is wrong. We're just
ridiculous.
Counting on you being adults and paying attention and taking care, and the fact that they're not being adults is the reason why we have to be sent to our rooms.
Exactly.
It's I don't know,
6 feet is 6 feet, and it's not just because the restrictions have been.
All right. Yeah. I think a big part of that problem is there's been a lot of men that have been telling women that's 12 inches. So, so there's 6 of those distance between people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No,
well,
it's
no,
it was good. I mean, and then at the end, like they're like, oh, well, we don't have them in stock, so we could send it to you by email, by mail. I'm like, had to wait an hour and a half in line
to be told that,
to go into the shopping center, to wait another 40 minutes to get in here.
Uh-huh.
Like,
I'm working tomorrow. I'm sort of stressed over this. I'm working tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
and I generally I get around via public transit, and the original job I took it. I auditioned for it, saying that it was filming in Montreal. It's actually filming in Repentigny,
Okay.
which is about 2 hours in public transit.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Now, I did recently learn that there should be a shuttle for some of the crew and talent.
Right.
I'm just going to see if there's going to be a pickup location near me, so
Uh-huh.
I can get in on that. But originally, I wasn't considered because I said, yeah, I can get to most anywheres in Montreal fairly easily with public transit. That's off island. That's not
Yeah.
Montreal
It's a
anymore.
little bit off. Yeah.
yeah, a little, just a
Yeah.
little. Yeah, but no, honestly, for those
I'm
kind
happy
of
for the
things,
work.
oh yeah, but for me, like when I get those kind of works and if it's off island, I just Uber it. I'm like, I can't, I don't trust public.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Okay,
be paid for 2 weeks. I'm gonna, or at least 2 weeks. So it could be
yeah.
Yeah.
longer.
But
Fr-
I
front
mean,
fronting up the Uber. Yeah. It's
yeah,
definitely.
no, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'll take the because what I do is I actually look around, like in my area. I'm grateful because there's not a lot of people taking the bus, but the metro, I'm like, okay, after a certain stop, like like from Langely all the way to before Barry, it's
Yeah.
dead.
It's like,
Yeah, but
yeah.
no, it's dead. But
It's dead.
after Barry, you come to downtown,
It's like
it,
sardine can.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I could walk.
Mhm.
It's yeah, and it's early enough in the morning that like I would have to be getting on the metro to be there for 8:30. I'd have to be getting on the metro like 6:30, a little earlier.
Ooh.
So it's not.
That's
Yeah.
6:30 to 8:30. That's actually perfect because it's dead time. Uh,
Well, no. The people going in for 9 o'clock work are kind of busy, but I'll be out of there before 8 because I have to get on a bus to get to Repentigny.
yeah, that's gonna
Uh,
be the bus is yeah, not
well, the bus will probably be going in the opposite direction than most of the people, so it
hopefully.
should be fairly empty because it's not. I'm
Yeah. Not a
imagining
lot of people
very
downtown going to Pontigny that time.
to work. Yeah, so
But but 80% of people working from downtown are working from home, are working at home.
mm,
So that's a plus because next week we have a meeting for my other job, and I'm like, yeah. By the way, it's confirmed. It's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday. I just looked it over really quick. Yeah, so I'm like, all right. So it's at 1 o'clock. I'm like,
mhm.
perfect. There's not a lot of people at 11. Thank God on a Wednesday. Perfect. Uh,
So yeah, Claudio, what is your news from the week? What has happened for you for the week?
well, I mean, Sunday we had the Valentine's Day speed dating show on the Dirty Four, and then tonight I'm doing Dirty Four in French, and then tomorrow, 3 Men in a Podcast, or the show about mental health. We have a guest. His name is Tim Swanson. He is a cigar connoisseur, so he's going to talk to us about different types of cigars, why cigar helps him through his tough times. It's basically explaining what are good cigars out there. So we're gonna have that, and then Sunday, Sunday during the day, because I'll be most likely at work. We have a very special guest at 2 p.m. I don't know if I should say this right now because I'm probably gonna get hate, but we have we have a flat earther as a
Oh
guest.
my Lord.
David Weiss. So what happened? This is an odd story. He's been following the Dirty Four, and
Uh-huh.
he's been liking on Instagram. He's been liking our posts. And like, all right. Listen, you know what? Whoever you are, all right, cool. You like us, all right, perfect. And he's been, and he also has been very supportive. I'm like, okay, all right. Look, I'm trying to take the in back of my mind, like he's a flat earther. Listen, flat earthers, round earthers, everyone's nice. But then he messaged us. He goes, "Can I be a guest on your show?" And I'm like, "What time?" He goes, 2 o'clock. I'm like, "Oh, perfect. All right." So I'm like, I have work. Guys, I have work. I can't probably, hopefully I have, work. If I don't, then it'll be very interesting. But we're going live on Sunday at 2 p.m. and then at 8:30 it's just us regular four. So I'm like, so we're looking at this, and it's funny because I asked him, listen, can you send because Joey LaFlamme is keeping contact with him. He goes, listen, can you give us like a logo so we can have a thumbnail for the YouTube page? He sends me literally like the guy literally sends in our email picture of flat Earth with a sun. I'm like, I can't use this as a thumbnail. But I'm like, you have like a logo. He just sends us a logo. I'm like, I'm gonna use this logo because I'm not putting the other one. But it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be like, but no. But the thing is, like, we have to. Well, I mean, because 34, we have to try keeping like a positive thought. We gotta understand.
Yeah, but you don't need to when he tells you these truths, which he's going to fully state that are truths.
Yes.
You need to question him on why he believes them.
Exactly.
Where the evidence is, and then say, well, what about all this other evidence?
Yeah.
Before you even do it, watch Beyond the Curve. Like, I'm not saying mock him.
No.
Right?
No. We're not going to mock him.
But the thing is, don't validate.
No.
Yeah.
We're not
the
going to
propaganda he's giving.
Yeah, but you know, again, we're not going to make fun of him. We're not going to troll him. We're going to be you know, like just
I remember when the father of the modern flat Earth movement started doing it as the joke.
As a joke,
and the thing is, getting it on YouTube made him money.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it became important for him to propagate the lie and build that false narrative.
Yeah.
And now there's people out there who sincerely believe.
Yeah.
Right. And this guy is still making money from it.
Good.
And some of these other people. Well, but the thing is, he doesn't care that other people's lives are being ruined because they buy into it. And so this guy, whether or not he believes it or not, is helping to propagate that lie to hurt people.
Yeah. No, but again, we're not going to be condescending to him. We're just going to
but don't be too nice. Don't be too nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, Patricia Burton is in here saying hi to Mike.
Hey, hi Mike. Hi Pat. How you doing?
Yeah, no, it's going to be hilarious.
She was a fellow ski patroller, so
nice.
Yeah.
No, but going back to David Wise, I'm like, I hope you know what it's going to be an interesting episode. It's going to be, and then obviously, if I'm not going to be there during the day at night, we're going to recap what we've been talking about. So, like, Sunday is going to be really interesting. Really?
I almost want to be there just to be counterpoint for you.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Like, chances are I'm not going to be there, but because I have to work.
Try to get him to the middle ground. Try to get him to agree to a pyramid shaped Earth. Like triangular and 3-dimensional.
Well, here's the thing. He's only available for 90 minutes. 90 round minutes. So I'm like, listen.
Well, that's because half of the globe is flat, right? So it's not 180 degrees, it's 90 degrees. So
I know. but no, we came to an agreement that, hey, you know what, we're gonna be polite, we're gonna be perfect. Like, you know what, like at this point I'm like, listen, that is your opinion, that is mine. I'm not gonna be like, hey, you're wrong. Like, all right.
No, but okay, hold it. Okay.
Yeah.
Claudio, if you and I were having a discussion and you said 1 + 1 is 2,
yes,
and I said no, 1 + 1 is 3.
I knew it. God.
One of us is wrong.
Yes. Oh no. But what I meant is that we're not gonna be calling him out on it because we don't want to start.
Then this defeats the purpose.
If you're only trying to understand where he's coming from, if you're only trying to understand where he's coming from or to explore the thing, I get that. I understand that you don't want to get into a huge confrontation with the guy. But let's face it. Come on, Dirty Four is a funny podcast. If you don't engage him at all, it's got to be something. And but you can poke fun at him respectfully without denigrating him. But it's you can do this. But like Paul said, don't validate it by all. It's like.
But hopefully, again,
the whole Gamache clan is in on this.
My sister, hello.
I want to ask them. So the people around the globe, are they part of this?
Yeah, how many people around the globe?
That's just it. There's the flat earthers say they have hundreds and thousands of members all around the globe.
Hopefully, I finish work at 1. So I could come
if you don't challenge, if you don't offer a counterpoint in this, then you are propagating their lies.
Exactly. No, we're not going to definitely start. So, listen, everything you're saying is BS, but please explain to us why you think everything is right, sir. I want to know. Jesus created this earth. Okay, it's Jesus. Oh my God. No. As I mentioned, I hope I finish work at 1 and I'm home for like at least 1:30. I'll be in a bit late, but again at night, like I'm definitely gonna be there at 8:30, us 4, so we could talk about the 90. Yeah, it's gonna be a Sunday at 2:00 and 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. Now we don't have a guest. It's just us 4. But I'm like, I hope I could be there for 2 because this is gonna be hilarious and entertaining.
Yeah, well, it should be.
Should be. We get banned from every other. Listen, you guys went bad again, but
well, this is the thing. A lot of these conspiracy theories, and that's what the flat Earth movement is a conspiracy theory.
Exactly,
because they're saying that hundreds and thousands of people have been propagating a lie of the round Earth. Right. A lot of these things are also being removed from YouTube, Twitter, etc. Because they link in with QAnon, they link in with all this other stuff. Because as soon as you go down the rabbit hole of believing one conspiracy theory, now there are some conspiracy theories that I consider to be valid, such as the pharmaceutical companies like seeing dollar signs with the opioid crisis. And some of these have been proven in court.
Or pharmaceutical companies that have
price fixing
found some my wife worked in the pharmaceutical industry. She knows, they found some compound that works in nature that really works very well, but cannot be patented or manufactured under patent, so they can't make money off of it. So they bury it.
Yeah, exactly.
They bury it, and then they'll try to synthesize it so that they can then patent it and sell it as such, as oh, look, a miracle cure we found. Yeah, well, the natural product did exactly that for you, but you couldn't patent or like pharmaceutical companies are in the business of providing treatments, not cures.
Well,
you have a cure and you bring it to the marketplace, you are killing your market. You cure a patient, that patient no longer is your client.
Yeah, no, but
there's no money.
Reason I have doubts about therapy.
There's no money. There's no money in a cure. There's money in treatment.
Yeah, no. What was it? Because I was watching a Seinfeld episode, and George Costanza needed his tonsils removed, but then he went with Kramer and Jerry to this person's house, and Costanza and George drank this tea, and he was all purple. But the healer was like, the tonsils are connected to the lungs, and the mind is connected. But then he goes, and Jerry's like, "You're not a doctor, but you sure act like one." And then it was just that scenario when George was trying to be cured, and then Kramer's like, "Oh no, I don't trust doctors. Doctors are just people who want your money. This is the guy you want to talk to." And then George and Jerry are a bit hesitant. Like, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And then they go into the ambulance, and then the ambulance driver and the second guy like they get into an argument. So as George is freaking out, the ambulance really parks on the side, and they're both fighting. That episode's beautiful. So whenever I'm hearing about these pharmaceutical like it's not gonna make them enough money or stuff, I always reminds you of Seinfeld. That specific episode. I don't know why.
It's pharmaceuticals is a business.
Exactly.
It's run like a business. It's not run as a benevolent society, like when insulin,
like YouTube and Twitter,
when insulin was discovered, Banting and Best took $1 for their patent, and they said we don't want to monetize this. This is our gift to humanity to treat people with diabetes. So
that was like insulin, but the thing is, different pharmaceutical companies will go in and put some kind of little twist on it.
Yes,
and then they will repatent it as a new, because there's a twist on it, and then when that patent is running out, they put another little twist on it.
Yep.
And that's why insulin can be very expensive for some diabetics.
Yeah, it's expensive. Like for example, my mother, she's diabetic and she has to take pills, but when she has to go renew them, it's an arm and a leg. But I mean, insurance does not cover it anymore because she does not work. But I go get her medicine. I'm like, God damn it, these are expensive. But my mom's like, and then I give her the old fashioned. Well, you know what? You want to get better? These are pills.
But your mother should have. Shouldn't she have? How old is your mother?
71.
She should be on she should be on the drug program for the like when I turned 65, I had a drug insurance from my previous employer, Canada Post. But when I turned 65, I had to switch from that to the provincial drug plan. And they should have covered her because that's as soon as you turn 65 and you get anyway.
Yeah,
I'm saying she should be.
Like my mom retired 9 months ago from work, so it's taking a while for her to switch. But
she should have been switched to that at 65, regardless of whether she was working or not.
Oh yeah, I know. I bet my mother is.
Anyway,
Claudio.
Yeah.
Is your mother in the country illegally?
Yes. She's in this flat country illegally.
Oh my
Well, sir, let me tell you. Aliens. God made it.
Mike, what do you have coming up this week? Do you have any exciting shows? We're coming up on the hour. So we want to make sure
I don't have anything because I'm sort of like just maintaining stuff. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but my brother-in-law had a huge medical operation a couple of weeks ago. He had quintuple bypass surgery, and he was part of our team that kept my mother-in-law supplied and safe. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, seeing this, it's my wife and I now basically carrying load, and my wife works during the day, so I'm the one who's basically the provider of the lifeline supplies and everything for my mother-in-law. So there's a few things that I have to sort of like focus on that I can't really like plan too much ahead. So
are you shoveling? Are you going to go shovel her a little later today, or have you already?
No, actually, she has a very fine arrangement with her next door neighbor. She lives in Saint Laurent. She has they have a shared sort of driveway. It's a large flat driveway that services both houses. Yeah, and she doesn't have a car. Obviously, she doesn't drive. She's 87. She's the neighbor uses their driveway. It uses her driveway, but he snow blows her driveway, and he also shovels her walk. So and she'll bake goodies for him. So excellent trade-off.
So how can I be her neighbor?
My snow removal guy will not take cookies for payment.
So I just said, Mike, it is a flat surface. Is that correct?
Yes, flat surface. Yes.
So there's proof, ladies.
You can have a flat driveway is much better than a spherical one.
Folks, oh my God, I really want to bring this up. Like, guys, I believe you. See the flat, like the grass is flat, right? Proof, ladies and gentlemen, there's proof. Oh, yeah. I really want to add that in there.
It's much easier. It's much easier to mow a flat lawn than a curved one.
That's right. You see, can never go wrong. The stages, they're all flat. Flat Earth. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I grew up beside the ocean. I understand the curvature of the Earth. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
When you see the sky, it's flat. There's no round flat.
No, it's not. It's easy to see it's not flat because of the fact the color gradient difference as you get closer to the horizon.
Oh my God, yes.
Do you not have you not seen like Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon? The idea of a prism.
Every other planet in the solar system is spherical, but for some reason God came along and with Earth went, I'm gonna make this one flat.
Oh, I swear to God! I swear to God! Before we go, I was watching a video of a flat earther, and he goes, "Do you know do you know why the Earth is a sphere?" I'm why? Because Satan has created.
Satan, of course,
Satan has allowed all these people. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake! Where are you going with this? It's hilarious. He thinks like all the terrorists and stuff they're causing flat Earth. They're causing the Earth to go around. Goes every act of terrorism and violation against God. I'm like, oh my God, subscribe. I love this guy. Oh man.
Okay, well,
I just thought about all those cartoons.
yeah.
Just you see them running along, and then the same background goes
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
like each time, just woof woof woof. It's that same stone,
Yeah.
the same door, the same
Hercules.
window, the same door. Like
Yeah.
all that is that's happening is because they're actually on like a record player, just going around.
Going
Yeah.
around.
So it's all that little running, all that running. So it's basically marathoners are the ones who are causing the rotation of the flat Earth.
Yeah.
So that's it. If it wasn't for,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm.
And if you get enough marathoners running in opposite directions, it cancels out. We'd have 24-hour day.
Go.
That's it, marathoners. You all have to stop. That's it. If you see marathoners out there, just stop them.
Yes.
Like get a glue gun, get something, just bolt them in place.
can't-
This is all just complaints about the flat Earth. All right, so everybody who's watching, thank you very much for watching. If you pressed like, thank you very much. I want to kind of just give a little bit of an update about what I have coming up a little later this week. Well, okay, tomorrow the Love Doctor is going to be doing this fantastic show with whoa, where is it? Get that off there. With Butterscotch Blondie and Kaya Coco. The link can be found on the link tree. And then Monday, something I'm really excited for is BattleCom. It's the February edition. So we've got Peter Bowen is in there from the Dirty Four. We also have Don Zanklin, Darren Henwood, and Jason Hattrick are battling, and it's going to be moderated by myself and the fantastic Erica Tadeo. Hold it, where did that go? I just needed to upload something very quickly so we can show it because of what's happening tonight. But just this is our show currently. I think special guest Mike Gamache. Mike, would you want to come back on next week?
Yeah.
If you'll have me.
I think that's great. Now, for those who are not familiar with They Talk Funny, it's normally me speaking with comedians about comedy writing, and the industry, especially how the industry has been affected in the times of COVID. Tonight, I'll be talking with the fantastic Karen Joy from Ottawa, who is an incredible performer as well as a producer of many live shows. So they are going to be giving a production course now coming up shortly about doing producing shows and things to look forward to doing. Past episodes, so you can check them out. We have the fantastic Kenny Robinson. So these are on the past episodes on the YouTube channel, the They Talk Funny YouTube channel. So Kenny Robinson, Chris Fonseca. This was recorded just 2 weeks after he opened for Dave Chappelle at one of his outdoor shows. The fantastic Todd Van Allen, the creator of Write 'em Up Comedy, and Martha Chavez as well as the fantastic. Deborah
I saw Deborah's show. I saw the show with Deborah. That was really fantastic. She's hilarious.
You're all good. You're all good.
They are such great people, and they are so fun to talk to and so informative. So if you love comedy, you want to know more about producing or making your own comedy, or you just are fans of these fantastic performers, check the back episodes of They Talk Funny. Give them a watch, write something in the comments, give it a like, and share it with your friends, because that's how these channels grow. If you like this show, please, again, hit that like, give us a comment in the comment section, and remember to take care of yourself, wash your hands, wear your masks, and I love you all. Good night. Mwah. Claudio,
bye everyone.
Mike.
Sorry?
Bye everyone. Goodbye, everyone.
Say goodbye, Claudio.
Say goodbye, Claudio.